Out of our podcast, what's going on? We back with another video. Chase Way, I'm here with
D. Smith. It's your girl, your financial educator, your tax educator, tax preparer, your QuickBook instructor, teacher, and business owner. And your business owner Better Than Amazing Hauling, saving your wallet. We're back. Hey y'all, what's going on?
What's going on? We're back with another video. Last time we was on video, it was my month. Now we're approaching your month. We are still in August.
Yes.
We're at the end of the month. In a few more days, it's gonna be September. But let's get right into it. What do we admire about each other? I actually have a new one.
Good, let's hear it. Create my mind to have a new one.
So, I don't know if I think I haven't said this one.
Okay.
But I admire how dang, don't tell me I'm about to lose it. I was just talking to Alona about that. I was like, getting older, I be forgetting little things now.
Hey, why do y'all forget? I remember he used to say, why do y'all be forgetting stuff? It's just so easy. I don't understand. You know why? Because the older you get, the more responsibilities you have, and you got to keep that in mind. And some of the things are not as important than what you got going on at that particular moment. So
I agree. I definitely agree.
I admire the fact that he's recognized that he's getting older and he can kind of remember the things that I taught him when he was younger, and now you understand.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I spent like a whole week thinking about it, and I didn't write it down. I don't have it no
That's
more.
number one rule, right? When you write it, you got to think it, write it, and then it comes into existence. If you don't ever write it down, it's never going to come into existence. So boom.
That's right. Well,
that's a life lesson, guys. I just admire the fact that usually he's this goofy and stuff, but I got it for some reason today, and I'm thankful to have this because we're going through. My granny is in the hospital. And so, I just need to smile, you know. I hate to see my granny the way she is right now. And, but I also enjoy these moments. My son's been gone for a whole month. So I admire the fact that, I can just continue to have these things with you. Because just, staying at my granny today, just realized, everybody says this, and I don't, you know, I'm like one of those, yeah, why you say that when it's about to almost happen? But you never know how short life can be.
mm-hmm.
And so you enjoy the moments, you enjoy what you need to enjoy. Joe says it all the time, so I admire the fact that we can continue to have this, our discussions and the time that we spend just right here, you know, because believe it or not, guys, we have so different schedules, very different schedules, that really, when y'all look at it, these are the moments that we have with each other. And if it is another moment, we might be in a living room, and I might have a laptop, he might be on his phone, and we're just in the room together, right?
Right.
And so it's not a conversation piece. And we might have a conversation here and now, like in Crossing, where me and Joe are about to go have something to eat or something, and we have a 5 to 10 minute conversation, and then after that, he's gone his way, I'm going my way, and then the next time we see each other, he's going back on the road. And so this right here of what we do is so important to me, and I admire the fact that you take the time and I take the time out of our busy schedule so we can do this. And also, help other people that are building relationships with their sons and daughters and mothers and fathers. So this is why this show is important to me, and I admire that about you. And that's my new one, right?
I still can't think of mine.
That's okay.
It's gonna come back to me.
It's gonna come back. So, with that being said, this month, I kind of think it's dope how we all, and you know, it's like this. It's sad, but how we all, as my cousins and the kids, the grandkids, and the great grand, because you're the great grand. We have this group chat, right, that we formulated because of my grandmother and stuff. And it's dope how we just have all these different personalities and we're in this group chat and people are conversating and stuff, and we telling people that we telling each other we love them, because you, as everybody know, family can be the most difficult relationship. The more you get, once you get older, it becomes more difficult for everybody to see eye to eye. Hey, y'all like how I put that in? Eye to eye on certain situations. But at the end of the day, you look at the head of the person that started this family tree, and she is sick and she's in need. And so we all have to pull together as one to help, you know, her out. So I really think that is dope that we are getting along. You know, so far so good, knock on wood. And so everybody is going to see her and doing their shifts and things like that. So yesterday she was more awoke, and she was like, me and Treese was in there, and she was like, it's really sad it took this for y'all to come together, you know. And she said, but I don't want y'all fussing and cussing and fighting, and please don't put Ronnie and Carl out. I was like, Mama, we're not going to put Carl out, but not Ronnie either. But I can tell from her, just saying that, letting her know that, hey, y'all can do what y'all want to do, but don't, you know, go overboard as far as taking, putting anybody out the house. Because she was like, they don't have nowhere to go. But of course, my uncle, one of my uncle is, has a disability, so definitely he would never go out. And then my other uncle, he just what he is, and he still doesn't have a place to stay. So you don't put family out like that. But at the same, it's going to be interesting of what we're going to do for next week. Cleaning the house and making sure that it is clean enough and just clutter free for her to move around. And so I just think it's dope for all that. So we all coming in as one.
So that's what the meeting.
Yeah, the meeting's gonna be about who can do what, and cleaning, decluttering our house, getting stuff together. So yeah, we're in the process of all that. I have some contact information where we're seeing about getting her a ramp, you know, based on her Medicaid and stuff like that. So I got a contact name. I just need her numbers and see what I need to do. So I'm gonna make that call. All right, enough of that. Again, I just wanted to say, y'all, whoever's looking at this, whenever you're looking at it, what time, day or night, send a prayer out. So my granny and his great granny, asking for, you know, some recovery, and hopefully we get the things and the steps we need to do to get her better. And on another note, yes, we was going to do live, but I think I'm going to wait for next month. So my birthday is coming up. Virgo season! Hey! And I have no idea what I want to do for my birthday. Probably nothing. More likely, it'll probably be something with Joe.
Did you know the food truck festival is this Sunday? Well, not this Sunday. It's on the
16th or something like that.
Yeah, it's on the 17th or 16th.
I think I seen that on Facebook when I looked at events and stuff. But I have so much going on, you guys, that I'm trying to. It's a continual thing, you know. I always mention this contracts and stuff. So we got contact. Someone reached out to us
Okay.
um last week from a referral. Exactly what it was. The guy, I sent like 3 or 4 bids out, and so one of the companies contacted me and said, "Hey, contact this guy. He's looking for someone to work. It's a project coming up." So I reached out to the guy and I sent our bid, to him or whatever.
That's me.
That's probably us that's in the group, yeah. And I was like, "Hey, this might be our opportunity right here." And so I had another girl that I just met. She's a DBE person. She has her own dump truck, and she called me, and of course the guy reached out to her. So I'm thinking that this company is looking for DBE certified workers, and he said that once he get everything together, he'll reach back out to us. We can sit down and sign the contract and all that. It's kind of weird and strange to me because I don't know the routine of how this works. So I don't want to get my hopes up and say, "Oh yeah, I think we got it." And
Yeah. So
so
you just keep your eyes
I'm
open.
keeping, yeah. And so I'm still looking. I got some more emails that I got, and then I had another guy that called me that he has 2 trucks. So I talked to him. He actually called and asked that I do this repayment stuff, which I totally forgot about it. I started on the email. I put a star on there, so a reminder, and I never went back to the email. I'm bad at that because I have so much going on. But he was like, "Yeah, I got $900 because you can get a refund with the Arkansas Department of Transportation up to $1,500 of what you do in your business." So like, a bookkeeper and all this stuff. And I was like, "Man, I done missed out on some money because taking mine, I'm the owner of that, but also I have my Saving Your Wallet business." But so anyway, I'm just gonna make sure I write it down in my book with all my stuff to make a mental note of doing that, because they do it every year. She told me about it. I had the webinar, and that's how I met that other guy. And so he was telling me that he's still doing his little jobs or whatever. And I was like, when I talked to you, how many trucks did we have? He was like, "I think y'all have 1 or 2." So I said, "No, we got 3 now." So he was like, "Oh, y'all trying to do it big now." But we are trying to make sure that we grow our company. Not at a fast rate, but grow it enough to where, yeah, we can just do 1 or 2 and leak contracts. And if we have to do whatever's in between, it'll be done. But those contracts will be good. So I had took what's that in July. I took my contractor's license test and I failed horribly, but I did it because I needed to know what I needed to focus on. And so my goal was to do this for the month of August, and that didn't happen. Number one, I had to get my class and stuff together for teaching because school started in August. We had late registration and stuff. So working this 8-hour job, coming home, still doing this, and then getting everything together. And then in the midst of it, I was working on a lady. I was referral by a coworker to work on this lady's QuickBooks stuff, and that was my weekends. I still have a couple of more people that I need to knock out. Um, our cousin Sylvester stuff. I need to do his taxes, so I got to get all that together and tell him how much up front and do that. And then I have a client that she kind of postponed her stuff, and I need to get her stuff, her taxes stuff to her. So I have those 2 projects left. And then the other 2 ladies, I need to go on and give them their tax stuff, you know. So I'm trying to clear all of that. So, and then in the midst of it, trying to get my contractor's license. If I go ahead and get past that, then I can start bidding on the city bids and stuff. So, it's all a lot of stuff, I know. And then I got this class. I went to a new book, so I was studying on that. So it's like I'm always a student, and I'm always learning.
It's just so funny just hearing you talk, and it just makes me think like this whole month I've just been so focused on what I needed to do to get through the month. But this is something that you've been doing for years, just to get through the day, and then the days turn into weeks, and then weeks turn into months. But it's just like, once you become an adult, this never really stops.
It just don't stop. It's a grind. And I think that was the most important thing. And now that you're seeing it, if you know, making sure you build up so you won't have to go through that grind. But also, you know, because you are part of your dad, you like to see what it's like. And that's sometimes that's just men. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy, but I didn't want you to go through all of that. But all parents don't want their kids to go through the hard times and this. But you went through hard times. You just didn't realize it was hard because really it was like the same. Nothing really triggered that. I got to do this day by day and all of that. You did it for the most part when you were in school and working those part-time jobs. But your needs wasn't big. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have that many expenses. So it was like, okay, I can do that. It was easy, you know? But, yeah. I think, again, for me, I would have been more in a better situation if I had the opportunity, because I grew up in struggle. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I grew up in struggle. Your struggle, you didn't have struggle. It was like, shoot, yeah, this is my norm. That was your norm, to be lights always being on, water, gas, food in the house. If it was short, hey, we're going to do sandwiches. You know, those were things because it wasn't a long-term thing. We didn't have to eat sandwiches for a whole damn month. Or hot dogs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't never viewed it like that.
Yeah, so with that, you know, it's not a struggle. We can remember on numerous times when we were running out because you opened it and we didn't have nothing but 2 things to do. And that's why making bag of potatoes is one of my go-to things, because that was the only thing in the house. It was really strange how a bag of potatoes would be the last thing that you eat when you get groceries, right? But as long as we had that and ketchup, we cool, and Kool-Aid. Because she bought a whole bunch of packs of Kool-Aid and sugar. And then sometimes we didn't have sugar, so we used to, because we stayed on Moss, and you know that corner where your friend passed. So across the street, you know, that was a little corner stuff. So we would walk across the street from Pike and go there and get in, because we always had change. If we didn't, we would go and steal JR them change and buy sugar and make Kool-Aid. We'll get the sugar and the Kool-Aid, and then I'll peel the potatoes and cut them and fry us some French fries, and that'll be our dinner, me and Sean. And Sean, and if we want to do it, I'd be like, can you cook some fries? No, you can do this. I'll show you. You do it better. So, yeah, that was our go-to. That was our go-to meal. And if we didn't have that, it might be macaroni and cheese. But we had, you know, we ate something. But some days, shoot, I remember at Granny house, when she didn't have nothing, we used to do mustard sandwich. Hey, we were like, oh, you know we doing bad. We finna eat a mustard sandwich like God. So, yeah. So, we had struggle, you know. And so, it's just been drilled and instilled in me to keep going. I'm a fighter, you know. I fight through the struggle. And then on top of that, it makes me think even better. Because I always used to say, you know, when I was in school, I could write a paper in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? If it's 7 to 8 paper, I'm writing. So I'm just in that moment. So, and I'm in the moment. And like, if I'm focused on something, like, boom, I cleared out all the mail and this, that, and the other. Boom. Now that's done. Just different things so I can go on and knock out my task list. And every day it grows. It never, it seems never to be short.
I think about that when I come home. I'll be thinking like, okay, I got this to do, I'm doing this. Yeah. Okay. And next thing I know, it's like, dang, I forgot this was supposed to be done.
Let me add this, let me add that. Don't do it. Then you're thinking, you're contemplating on how you're going to manage everything on this to-do list. So, the best way is not to try to do it all that day. Just do it. And I think that also comes from working at, my job. For the past 3 days, I've been doing degree audits for my international students. Now I just got to send emails. So I'm like, okay, it's getting done because this is the task I got to do just for the beginning of the semester. Mm-hmm. So that way by October, they already have their degree plan. And when they come in, I can just pull that up and say, hey, here's the classes you need to do next. And be done.
Yeah.
And so that way we won't spend that much time on that, and they can be asking other questions that they need to ask. Yeah. And so it's the same thing with here. So my thing is, be like, hey, whatever we do on the weekend, we need to pull back, and then let me focus on, I'm finna do this Friday and Saturday. Let me do it all night and all that. So I can still go to bed, make myself go to bed when I need to. But on the weekends, I'm up. If I'm up, put my whatever I'm binging on, and then I'm working. And I can work till 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and stuff like that. And then still get up, clean the house like I need to. Because if I feel like my house is just real, real dirty, then I'm going to go and knock that out, wash and stuff. And then about 6 or 7, I'm back on doing some work.
I got a question. What are some things that you've been very hopeful for?
Hopeful for? I don't know. I mean, I've been so busy. Hopefully I can get all my stuff done. No. That's a good question. I actually, honestly, haven't thought about that.
Or outside of that, what is something that you learned about yourself this whole month? And the only reason I'm asking this question, for the first time, I haven't noticed any improvement. I haven't noticed anything that I learned about myself for the first time. And I only been focused on getting through the month.
Surviving.
And it's different.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing about surviving or making sure that you straight. You know what I'm saying? Because you have less time on the stuff that you used to do. Yeah. And it's more time on what you need to do versus what you like to do. You got your leisure time and all that. So, as an adult, you don't do that. The only thing that I can say, something that I didn't learn, something about myself, I'm starting to be more just calmer about certain things and being more aware of not getting mad over other people's faults and stuff.
Improvements.
Yeah. So I can't get mad and I can't control other people's actions. I can only control mine. So I'm better. I guess I can say that I'm better at not focusing on what people feel about if I'm going to do something or not, and feel guilty about me not doing it, if that makes sense. So, if someone called and like, Mama, she, the last thing, you want to cook and stuff over here, and I did the birthday party for my mom this month, but she wanted the grill and all that, and I was like, and I told her no without feeling guilty about it, and then turn around and do what she wanted to be done, because number one, it was hot, and we had walks, and so we had just bombed it, so we wanted to take all that out and stuff, and it was too hot, and either it's gonna be me or Joe out there doing those. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that has been good for me, is not worried about what people think or controlling how they're doing. So, and this is what I'm learning with this situation with us. Having a meeting, just saying what I'm gonna do, and being accountable what I say I'm gonna do for Granny, and that's it. I can't control anybody else's action, because at the end of the day, we all grown. We all gonna do what we want to do, and if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's about the thing I learned. I'm hopeful of just continue to pushing my husband and us in this business, and us and she just we just grinding together, you know what I'm saying, making sure that we in this together. So I think that's about it. How about you? You say you haven't thought any what you improved in or nothing. Yeah, it's
I asked Alana this question, and I was like, for the first time, I can't think of nothing.
Yep.
Like I've been doing good with reading this little audio book, listening to this audio book. But even inside of just listening to it, just been like, just been going in after the other, so I gotta restart it.
Yeah. And you know why? Because your mind is so focused on something else. It's like, okay, how is this gonna work?
Yeah, it just been just get through the week. So like, even with, it's something about Fridays with us. It's been something every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
From the starter, the belt, a tire, a blowout, a trailer brake.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just something about Friday. I don't know what it is, but it get us through the week. And then Friday come in, something happen.
And I tell Joe this all the time. For me, when, we had the late registration in 2 weeks, on Fridays, I be like, ooh, I'm not, you be like, what you doing today? I don't have plans. I let stuff run.
Yeah. And
that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? And I think Jazz be like, you ain't that busy working. Y'all just don't know what all I, you know what I'm saying? I said, you just don't understand what all I do. I know you do, but a lot of people don't realize when I get home,
yeah, that's funny. Me and Delson talk about that all the time. It's like, yeah, people don't understand, but people don't gotta understand. Nor do I have to
explain it to them. Yeah, I'm busy. That's just what it is. I mean, if I stop anything, then it's gonna be like more work on me to continue to get it back up where it needs to be. So
you wanna know what's crazy? Random. You wanna know what I noticed I haven't been doing?
What?
I haven't been putting lotion on.
That was random.
I noticed that about myself.
Well, in the summertime, I normally don't put lotion on in the summer. Now, for my feet and stuff, yeah, I do.
I noticed that I have.
But when I get out the shower in the summer, I mean, at night, I don't put lotion on. Number one, y'all, I'm going through this menopause. So I sweat. And now this right here is just a comfort thing. It's kind of like the little kids that say, my blankie, this is what I do here. But at night, that air conditioner is on with the ceiling fan. And I freeze. So, I've never been the one that said to sleep with a ceiling fan on and all that. But I'm trying not to do the ceiling fan as much. Because, the last time Paige got sick and we had to do that medicine, she was coughing and stuff. I said, but I got to have that because we have this Nest, and Nest controls your walking and stuff, and it don't come on. And so I had them hot flashes. I got to get up, turn it on, and then boom, it's breaking my sleep. So anyway, that's my thing.
My bad, I just had to be random.
Yeah, and I did too. But that's just one of those things though. As you get older, you'll know.
Yeah, like it's just so funny to me. Like even from the conversation, just even though I know we a year behind, and now I told Gary, this is the first time I haven't thought about what BS load are we gonna get today. Like I haven't thought about none of that.
Great.
I haven't thought about like I know we getting screwed over. Like, alright, how much money we gonna make for the week? Make sure I don't do too much of this. For the first time, I haven't thought of that. But for the past 4 months, I have.
Right. And when y'all get to going, what you do is to build up because you're in this position to build. You know.
Yeah.
The next 4 months, look at how much you lived off on, and see if you can continue to live off on that and put the rest up.
Yeah, I'm trying. But it's just so crazy. Like, this is what I know once I wanted to not do certain things anymore, like for extra stuff. I don't even want to do extra stuff as is. Like, I understand date night and stuff is important. I don't even want to go on there.
Well,
but I understand.
Date night don't have to be out.
Yeah, I understand. But it's like...
Yeah. Date night could be included when you go... Look, is that battery going down?
Yes.
Date night can include when you go to the grocery store. Let me tell y'all, the younger generation. This is how you save, and I might cut off. Date night is when you go to the grocery store. All of that as a woman. This is what I do. If I want to have a date night, I'm going to include it in my groceries and stuff. I already have it here. And then I'm going to pick out a date that we're going to have this date night. And we're going to have it at the house. So it's already included in the grocery bill. And so it's nothing that's going to be out in the ordinary. And you'll be able to still have date night.
Yeah.
Boom. That's simple. And I think because of all this technology and TikTok, and you're seeing all this, and then you got a significant other or your mate or whatever, and if they have expensive taste, then you're in trouble. You need to kind of say, hey, it's fine to do this, once a month, but the other times, let's do this. Because I like the simple stuff. I'm glad I don't have one. Huh?
I said, I'm definitely glad I don't have one. She think about it a lot. And I was like, if you had it, would you do it? And she was like, nah, I don't think I would. I just want to do it. She just want to be able to experience it. I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. But once you actually get there, you actually realize, oh yeah, I could have kept my money. Like, even when we went to the aquarium for free, she didn't even enjoy herself. She said, I would have been mad if I would have paid. I was like, that would have been close to $100. And you would have been in your feelings.
Well, that's good. But yeah. I can think of a whole bunch of things that I would have been able to, like, be ahead if I could have opportunities, like, okay, this and that. Because it was easy for me anyway when I was working and staying at home. The only bad thing about it, she'll get behind the bills, and so all my savings will go to her. And so again, like I say,
hey, you definitely have. That has been the. Like I was saying, this has been the most helpful thing with how business been going on for the past 4 months for trucking. Knowing, like, even when I have asked you for money, it's like, dang, now I'm asking my mama for money, which I know you don't mind, but it's just like, alright, I didn't try to get it, and I can't get it. So it just be like, dang, is this how I feel to ask your mama for money? And then once I get it, it's just like, alright, this paid. Let me just at least try to get it now. And then it's still relying on other people to be able to come through because it's sports betting, so it's always risky. But it's just like, dang, what is something that I can rely on myself? And I try to think about that, but then again, I understand what that takes. And I was like, all right, well, let me just stop.
Yeah, I mean, when you like, it's kind of like starting over in life.
And you want to know what's crazy? I just talked about that. I was like, I think once we start, it's almost like, okay, I filed for bankruptcy. Now I'm starting over. So that's where, I guess that's where the assignment feeling coming in right now. Where it's just like, okay, now I could truly just say it's a clean slate.
Yeah. Yeah. And for like me and Joe, you know, he always mentioned we need to file for. I'm a file for bankruptcy, boy. This my thing, cause I'm a different approach on how things work. We got the money coming in to pay, right? And it's just, if we were up here when we first started. So we up here, and then you know, not getting the contracts. I'm trying to get all of these certifications, and we here. So I would say we about right here now. So I said we're not neck deep in the water, but we're shoulder deep now. So and it's gonna come. And then when it go below here, you know, each year, each month, it gets better and better. The most important thing, even though you guys wasn't getting what you were supposed to be getting, you were at least having some type of work. You wasn't sitting for like a month or anything like that. And it was messing over, but now that you clean slate, you won't want to, I think what you need to do if you hadn't done it, write it down, write everything down. Some of the things that you noticed that wasn't right, that, you know, hey Gary, we gonna do this, you know what I'm saying, versus what they were doing.
Yeah.
And looking at that contract and trying to see, problem solve the money that they was really actually making and doing that for, you know, y'all selves. And then coming up with like, oh, we can do this, you know, because I don't know all the ins and out of that end where the getting the boards and stuff. I don't know how that works. So I don't know, like, if y'all have to have that expense as far as the software.
Yeah, you gotta have the expense for the software. And then once you get logged in, you'll be able to see what's loads available. So you'll be able to see what loads that JB Hunt drivers can't get to, Trans Ams can't get to, Snyder can't get to, or anybody else that know that they can't cover their load, they put it out there. And then it's kind of like first come, first serve.
So when that's out there, you will call them, or
yeah. So
say,
then you let somebody know, like, hey, I see y'all have this open. I would like to book it. I see y'all have it for this. Would y'all be able to do this at this price?
So they have their price out there. See, that's a great thing. I wish that's how it was
for dump
trucking. Yeah. But I wonder if it's done like that. And more have bids, so.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you get to see the number.
Yeah.
You get to see like how much it is right per mile, which I think this is where they was doing where it didn't make no sense to me. A lot of companies look at things right per mile, so they calculate how far you're going for the gas mileage and all of that. One thing that I recognize, doesn't matter about the rate per mile, because if you try to get a good rate per mile every load, you're gonna spend more time. You're gonna spend more. No, you're gonna spend. Nope. You're gonna waste more time than trying to figure out what is the best load that you can take. So you're gonna be wasting more time trying to figure out should you get this load or go into this area. But if you get close to, like, let's just say if you can at least make 12 to 1,000, I would say between that on the low end, just going anywhere close to 600 to 700 miles. But what that does is half of that gonna cover fuel, but you're gonna cover that load.
Right.
That's only gonna take probably less than half a tank. By the time you get your next load, it might be larger depending on what city you're going. And now you done made a quick 3,000, but now you only have to fuel once. And so out of that 3,000, it might even be more than 3,000, because you might get a $2,000 paying load, but now you only have to fuel up twice, which that's gonna be, if you just go ahead and fuel up since you got that second load, now you're only looking at 1,000, which is gonna put you in 2,000 profit. But most people in truck driving that has like 10 or 15 years experience, they want $3 per mile. But it's just like you spending more time just trying to look for a good load, and then while you sitting down, you're gonna be wasting money.
Right. Where you
can just keep going and just go through the day.
And that's the thing. Like I just said earlier, as long as you keep working, it don't matter what the rate of the job is.
Yeah, now I can understand not getting too low. Now that's where standards and stuff come in. But it's just like, okay, that's not take certain things. Like I was in New Orleans, and they were just saying there ain't no loads out there. Gary sent them a load within seconds. They had they put me on the load, but I was sitting there for 6 hours.
Wasted. Yeah, and that's another thing. They know how much they want you to make, and that was that control. You know what I'm saying? It's been slow here, without any jobs and stuff. The one guy that we were working with, I hadn't heard from him. He hadn't responded, but quality picked up. And so we had to go back to like blood, you know, that we done when we first started. We did a job with him, we did a job with Garrett and stuff and so forth. But, like I say, with this other guy, it might pick up or might not. We don't know. I'm just, we just constantly gonna work. So we're keeping our options open with anybody, and then we laying something like that gentleman I called. I was like, hey, you know, if y'all ever need something, he got 2 trucks. So all of that stuff, what else? Oh, we changed our corporation. It's still a LLC, but for tax purposes, we did an S corp.
Oh, and I need to ask you about that.
Yeah, so it got approved, and it'll start in January 2024. So that right there in itself is kind of like a game changer. I'm still learning. You know, I read here and read there, but what I think is gonna benefit us the most with not doing these quarterly taxes. You know, which is okay, but you being double taxed.
Yep.
So that's the main purpose of that, and then I'm gonna be getting everything set up and setting us up as an employees instead of the 1099. So that way we'll have payroll taxes and stuff, which is a little bit more. But again, I'm not even really messed up about those expenses, because in my mind we're gonna be having enough income coming in to support all this.
Yeah.
So again, anything in business, you got to spend money to make money.
Yep.
So a lot of people don't want to do that, and they want to be employees. But I promise you guys, when I break free, it's just gonna be You know, it's gonna be good. So, let's see what else I've done. Yeah.
I have nothing else to share.
You have nothing else to share?
No, cause I know.
It's almost that time anyway.
Cause I know it's gonna be more insightful next week while I'm here. So
yeah. Well, that's all I've been doing. Yeah, making sure I keep all of these business going and my life and we went to the casino, you know, that's my life. But I think this is what I want to do before I get out of here. Since we didn't do it in, what was that? Anniversary in June. I probably want to go to the Memphis and stay in that hotel.
I think you enjoy.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna probably do. We go to Memphis and go there to the Southland. So I need to be looking now.
Yeah.
Yep, I do all my bookend. But other than that, guys, thank you all. I hope y'all find this video inspirational. Is that right? It's inspired. Be inspired. No. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, we're gonna go live again. I like to do live for some reason. We need to advertise this more. My son ain't been doing this. He's the marketing person. He's supposed to advertise this now. Have you been doing that?
I've been failing.
He's been failing. It's okay.
I've been failing.
Hey, he's getting older and grown. He's close to 30 now.
I've been definitely failing.
Times has flown by. But yeah. Again, thank y'all for watching.
We'll see y'all very, very soon.
Yes.
Peace. I have a question.